Hey, man. Yep. Back on the camera action. All right. I've been noticing right now they're using a heavy peer pressure spirit, a heavy I dare you spirit right now to get people to do things that turns off their spiritual defense. Like basically what it is, it's the opposite of Ephesians 6, the whole armor of God. This is let's throw off all these things and just see what happens. Basically, where you have the ALS challenge, where it was for Lou Gehrig's, and like they made the video, charity con jobs, that was one of them. It was more or less to see how gullible people are. I've engaged in some of these internet games, like if you answer this question wrong, put up a picture of a giraffe for a week. I did that. So I mean, I've got caught up and swept up in these dare ops. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically is what I call it. I dare you to do this. So far we have the ALS, that's the fusion of fire and water, which is Moloch, which is the divine feminine and the divine masculine together equals Moloch star. The Rephaim is what it's mentioned in the Bible. So basically, symbolically wise, it's the star of Moloch. So it's getting people a ritual bath before they are burnt to Moloch, which the spirit of Moloch is to sacrifice your children to the state for reward. Either they become a priest or temple whores for the state, or they actually burn the children at the stake for blessings in money and crops. Basically, is what the ALS, a fire and water challenge, stood for. So basically, yeah, people did their ritual purification to be sacrificed to Moloch, to Lucifer, to Baal. You have the Blasphemy challenge, which is it's the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, which is the only sin that cannot be forgiven. They threw this out to young children, and it says, better for he to have a millstone cast around his neck than cause one of these young ones to stumble. And that is causing the young ones to stumble. They should not be provoked to talk down on spiritual things they do not understand. This is the reason why there's intense demonic manifestation these days in people's lives and in the world. Not to mention, just because of CERN, the renting of the veil, that's deeper. We're inviting a lot of these demons into our life by our lack of understanding of the things of God. You know what I'm saying? But okay, you had the op where they had a flag on the ground and they had people step on it, which is another way to... These are all just... Look, they're watching these things. These are psychological ops. This is part of Jade Helm too, is to see if they can get people to go off dare and peer pressure to do things that they shouldn't do. That was another one. Let me think what was another... Okay, so we had ALS, the flag, the blasphemy op, the fire and water op. Let me think. Was there another one? I think there was another one, but I can't remember what this dare op was. But it's something around the same lines. But with this new Charlie challenge, it sounds like they are... This one's really crazy, because I mean, I'm hearing of crazy demonic manifestation. I mean, I ain't never seen that heavy of demonic manifestation where you're actually seeing things falling around, things shaking, things communing with you, or communicating, where it's telling you ask it a question and it answers. Like right now, that's something deep. And with CERN opening right now, there's a lot more demons in this world, and demons are... It's like vampires. It says a vampire cannot enter your house unless invited in. It's the same thing with a lot of these demon things. You can invite them in through invitation, like I invite you, or you can also do certain things which you give them the legal right to come in because you created some kind of rift, some kind of doorway to the spirit world in this world. And anytime you're aware of the spirit world, or you do something that these things can recognize, it's like they're in a world of darkness. And over here in this world, what you do, it's like cracking a door open and they can see the light, and they all go hover by that door, that little crack of light, and they're just waiting for you to open the door so they can come in and live again through you, through parasitic spiritual vampire spirits, man. But so don't anytime you see a bunch of people doing this and there's a public challenge for you to do these things, don't participate in them. You know what I'm saying? That's another. It's another thing, like I told you about in school, team spirit. There wouldn't be wars like there was if we weren't constantly brainwashed with a nationalist neighborhood, school, church spirit. My church, my neighborhood, my school, my state, my team, my country, my army, my navy, my air force. You know what I'm saying? These are things that they get you tricked, you okey doped into going and fighting some other man's war for totally hypocritical purposes. And these are some of the ways you see how heavily indoctrinating and brainwashing they are the young, susceptible into peer pressure. And you hear how much I complain about it now as an adult, when it was 20 years ago since I had to participate in any of these things, but yet they still haunt me. You know what I'm saying? That's how powerful this nationalism is.